What they actually do with the funds that are placed in the platform is that they generate yield by taking advantage of market volatility by selling an option. So I just also want to mention this, that their annualized rate for Bitcoin is around 4.2%. This is high, especially that there's no limit, there's no cap. You could put as much Bitcoin as possible and you could earn 4.2% regardless of the amount that you put. The same for Ethereum, which is about 5.25%. Hey guys, so over the past few months, we've seen the crypto market tumble. We've seen it drop after hitting the peak last November 2021, and a lot of people have been talking about that. Is this gonna be the narrative for the next few months while we're waiting for the next halving cycle? Will this be the progression of the market while there's a lot of quantitative tightening in the US markets as well, or there's still a lot of uncertainty with the entire macro economy, with interest rates being high, inflation being high, and there's still a lot of logistical problems. There's still a lot going on that even we are still in the tail end of this entire lockdown / pandemic, it has not spared the market for volatility and also bearishness. I want to talk about and give you insights also on what you could actually do should this entire narrative of bearishness or this crypto winter would continue to progress, and how you could actually be more creative on how you can find a particular type of yield or earnings while the entire crypto market isn't really pumping. Drops in the crypto market are normal because it's new, because it's something that a lot of people don't understand yet, and inherently from its conception it has been really that volatile. We are not yet at the point where it has stabilized as compared to other markets or other asset classes that have been more traditional in nature. That being said, while we are in this season, I've been trying to research other platforms that would allow me to get a yield given this particular conditions, because there are a lot of other possibilities and functions instead of just purely hodling or lending out your crypto for you to be able to get a return. In this video, I'm going to do a research on Trofi. It's a crypto platform that's focused on options and other structured products that will allow you to somehow generate a yield in this type of investing environment. So what's interesting about them is their invest function. So I'm going to click the invest function right now, and it will lead me to different types of options. You have here earn, shark fin deposit, target deposit, range deposit, and fixed earn. So I want to start first with the somehow most conservative, fixed earns. What I see early here at the start is fixed earnings for USDT, which is relatively in promo. Then you have USDT that's not in promo, and then BTC. So I just want to start with their promo rates. 30% USDT and USDC is relatively high. So this is something that, as what's mentioned here, it's a special rate, because this is something I think no institution could give this on a very, very sustainable level. So after the special offer, it drops to about 7%, which is still attractive. So not only do you get protected from volatility because you're holding a stable coin, the rate of return in their special rate is relatively high. After the special offer at 7%, it's something that's very, very attractive as well. I had a chat with high-level executives of the company, and I asked the question that what makes their yields somehow sustainable, and what they told me was basically this: they get to give that kind of yield because instead of lending out the funds to third-party counterparties, what they actually do with the funds that are placed in the platform is that they generate yield by taking advantage of market volatility by selling an option. So I just also want to mention this, that their annualized rate for Bitcoin is around 4.2%. This is high, especially that there's no limit, there's no cap. You could put as much Bitcoin as possible and you could earn 4.2% regardless of the amount that you put. The same for Ethereum, which is about 5.25%. Let's look at the other investment functions that they have. They have Earn Plus, which, as I was talking to their executives, it's one of their most popular features because it allows you also to earn differently and more creatively in a more structured investment type of manner. Let's try to look at it and how it's actually done. You can either go with the buy low Earn Plus, or you could either go with the sell high Earn Plus as well. Pick the asset that you want. So for this example, let's just do the basic USDC and then Bitcoin, which is arguably the largest cryptocurrency out there. So you link them together, USD, USDC, BTC, then you press next. You could pick a maturity date. So by the time of this recording, it's September 7. You could pick an option one day that it matures in a day, or you could pick 9 days, which matures September 16, 2022, or you could pick 114 days, which matures December 30, 2022, basically the end of the year. Let's try to press 9 days, and then you get to pick your buy level. If you pick, say, 15,400, that's assuming a buy level of 15,400, your APR would be about 10.8%. But if you go at 18,700, 100, it goes to about 174.9 APR. That's under the buy low earn plus function. So I'll try another scenario. I'll try the sell high earn plus using the same Bitcoin USDC facet. For this example, let's pick 23 days. For 23 days, sell level of 18,800, it gives us an earn of about 104.9%. If I change it to around 20,400, then the earn drops to 50.5. So please do note also that this is something that's relative. This is something that's not fixed. It depends on what your conviction is on the markets, depending on whether you're bullish or whether you're bearish on it. That's how you would make your placement based on your conviction on it. Similar to spot trading or investing also in general, get the most return if the market goes on how you perceived it. But if it goes the other direction, of course, it may not be also as pleasant, or the returns that you may get may not be what you actually want as well. So this is not something that is like a time deposit where you just leave it and then no matter what happens, you get a specific amount of return. This one is really driven by how the market actually performs as well. I think also your knowledge on technical analysis will play a big deal in all of this. Shark fin deposit, let's try USDC and ETH. So the maturity for this is 23 days. The market price is 1,503.9. And as you can see also, there's like a chart here. By the time of maturity, the price of ETH goes higher. You can see right here that the graph also leans upward, meaning you get a higher rate of return. So this is you banking on that for the next 23 days, given the market price today of 1,503.9, that if it goes higher, you get a greater rate of return as well. There's also a description here so that you get the entire scenario of how it actually will go. When it matures at September 30, 2022, 23 days from now, if the settlement price is 1,508.5, which means that it's lower than the market price today, you will get your ETH plus 20% APR, which will be converted in USDC. So whatever you place at 1,508.5 USDC plus whatever the 20% APR will be. However, if 1,508.5 is lower than the settlement price but also lower than 1,961.1, you will receive USDC plus 20% to a maximum of 972.28% APR. If it goes above the rate that we have, you will receive USDC plus 20% APR. So there's a condition that it stays within that particular level. So similar to the chart that I showed you here, you will earn more if it goes up but stays within this range. But when it goes higher than the 1,961 mark, it goes back to here, flat about 20%, and then you get your USDC return on top of it as well. Let's try target deposit. In this scenario, I want to try Sol USDC pair. So for this, it's also 23 days. The current price of Sol today is 30.87. Maturity is 23 days. The chart is a bit different. The first one that I showed prior to this was, it had a slant movement up. This one, it was flat, 27.78 to 33.96, and then it goes up to 362.73% return should it hit that particular price range during maturity. So let's discuss this one by one. At maturity, which is September 30, 23 days from the time of this recording, if the settlement price is below 27.78, you will receive SOL converted from USDC at 27.78. However, also, second condition, if the price of SOL is greater than 27.78 but less than 33.96, you'll receive back your investment in USDC. So it's really something that's options based. It's really something based on what the market conditions will actually present. Lastly, if the settlement price is above $34, you will receive USDC plus 362.73% APR. So this is actually banking that if it goes above this particular range, you will get a higher amount. If it stays within that range, you just receive your investment. However, if it goes lower, you will receive your investment in SOL converted from USDC at $27.81. I know for those that are watching this may seem a bit different, but I really believe that it also takes a bit of learning and understanding to be able to know more about this, to be able to learn more about this. But take the time to learn and understand it. Check it if it's something that works for you. So even for me as a stock market guy that transitioned also into crypto, that started doing spot, then started dabbling into other derivative type of investments, this is something that I had to learn gradually. So it may seem daunting, it may seem something that may be a bit hard to understand at first, but a couple of things that you can actually do is download the app, see if it's something that works for you. What's interesting about Trofi also, aside from the structured products that they have, they're a financial institution that's registered in the US as a money service business regulated under US law, and they're actively monitoring the global crypto regulatory climate and undergoing the necessary procedures to obtain the required licenses in jurisdictions where they operate. So by the time of this recording, in addition to their US MSB regulation, they are also registering licenses in Singapore, Australia, and Canada as well. Download the app, research it more, research also regulatory bodies that they are a part of as well. Try to research the structured products that they have and try to see the pros and cons of it and what basically would fit you, what works for you. And then please do note that when it's options, if it goes a certain direction, you could earn more. If it goes a certain direction also, you could earn less, or you could get hit, or it may not be the intended outcome that you would get as well. That's why I encourage you to take the time to study it also. Number 3, also the way you could enter this platform after downloading. They just have a deposit function, normal crypto wallet to wallet transfers, QR code / blockchain wallet addresses, and then you get to transfer it from your existing crypto wallet as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put it down below, and I'll try my best to be able to give you as much value and content as possible to be able to help you also weave your way and navigate these markets as well, because it doesn't mean that the market is bearish, that we just sit on our laurels and do nothing. Money is made in the bear when those that are eager and those that take the time to find out more creative ways on how they can weave through and navigate the markets. So to end this video, it's possible also to get a sustainable yield even in the bear market, and Trofi is one of those platforms that allows you to get different types of functions and structured investments to be able to do that as well. I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this was something that was insightful for you, and this was something that gave you enough information to weave through the markets and to also navigate this. I highly implore you to continually research, to continually study, to do your best to find an investment, an asset class, or even an investment philosophy, strategy, and principle that works for you, because the more you try to learn, the more you try to save, the more you try to invest, it may not be the outcome that you want all the time, but the learnings from that will allow you to have the experience to figure out what will be your next move, what will be your next business, and what will be your next investments as well. Use this time in the bear market, use this time where there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, not just to execute, but also to build the relevant skills and knowledge that you can take with you, not just today in 2022, but for the next decades as well. That's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.